Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and to another Flames of War event report. This one is for Breakthrough Assaults UK Nationals at Battlefield Hobbies in Daventry. So if you are in the UK or close by and haven't been, I do recommend it. It is a fun weekend of gaming. And this year we managed to get the Breakthrough Assault guys got 46 players. So that is excellent. The hobby is growing. Lots of new faces, lots of familiar friends again. Great weekend of gaming. Using the experimental mission pack, late war 100 points, and with a 10 unit limit. So no more than 10 units, excluding independent teams. And you can also bring an Axis and an allied list, of which I did. So before we look at my lists, if you are looking to get into Flames of War or expand on an existing collection, follow the link in the description. I'll take you straight to Firesotrm Games. They have great value on all of your favourite games. They have discount on everything. They are fast and reliable and have excellent customer service. And by clicking and using my link, you'll help support me and my channel. Also in the description is a link to Welsh Nationals for next year, so it is going to be in June. The date should be on the ticket page that you follow through onto. It is also on Combat Command as well, so you might have to click to see all events, but you'll see it there, and there'll also be another description, another link in the description to the ticket page. And again, I'm looking to use Combat Command to organise the event. So if you're around in June in South Wales or close enough to travel, please come. It's going to be late war, 100 points again. I know, sorry, late war again. I'm looking to introduce a 12 unit cap, or if it is out in time, late war dynamic points. Okay, so my primary list I took was the one you would have seen on the channel a couple of times. It is Romanians, as Romanians is my primary faction for the year, with Americans as my secondary. So two formations, a T4 tank company, which is basically Panzer IVs, and a unit of infantry with some anti-tank guns in support, and of course a lucky card. So the theory behind it is just to have weight of numbers to come in from reserve and defend, and also to throw people off maybe using a maneuver stance against me, seeing the number of tanks that I've got. Okay, so for my secondary list, I thought of doing something that wasn't a defense list. I did do a defense list as well, but I didn't fancy defending all weekend. So I have made a maneuver list, no infantry, 2 templates though, and lots of command cards. So I've got a Chaffee tank company consisting of a total of 12 Chaffies. These are all aggressive though. Mortars and Scots, and 3 Shermans, which will be upgraded to Sherman Crocodiles to dig out pesky infantry. I also have an M18 tank company, which is downgraded now. This now is actually an illegal list, but it was submitted before Lessons from the Front came out, so I was allowed to use it. So I have a HQ of 2 scout cars, and then there's also a security section with 2 scout cars and 1 50 cal Jeep, and 2 units of 4 M18s with hypervelocity. I also have Lucky command card, and I've downgraded the M18s and the scout cars, so they're just trained. And I have George, so I have the pattern cards. So basically, I get to re-roll my one reserve roll, and anything within command reroll range of their formation commander gets a 2+ remount. In fact, actually, anything within 8 inches gets a 2+ remount, and of course, if it's within 6, they also get the reroll as well. So I thought that's the biggest thing that hinders tank destroyers, is that they're only careful. Okay, so for game 1, I have got one of the kings, Shirley King. It was meant to be a friendly on the Friday, but by the time we got there and set up the table, I think we pretty much just kind of wanted to go back to the hotel and have a pint and something to eat, and then another pint. So basically, we kind of got it arranged so Shirley would play me, since it is Shirley's last tournament. Now, I would rather have had it as a friendly game, because as you can see, Shirley's got quite a lot of Churchills, and Churchills are fairly heavy armor. She also has 3 Panthers, which also have heavy armor, but also have a bigger gun. And the Romanian contingent is just more of an annoyance. So yes, no artillery to threaten me, but plenty of guns and plenty of armor to bounce my shot. So 80-13 anti-tank guns have a lot to do.
Okay, round one, and with no small amount of match fixing, we have Shirley King. So we've got Hold the Pocket with my Romanians with a table which is quite bad for Shirley, but I don't care. I don't care, because you'll see why it's still going to be a bit of a problem. So I've deployed around these 2 objectives. There's not really much place to put my mortars out on the hill because they're not going to be much use. Minefield there, here, and here. Here's the traitor Romanian contingent of Shirley's over here. 1 unit is veteran, and then that. Lots of that. So that's 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units HQ, and also 3 Panthers. Lovely. So, huh? You're 4 units each. Four. So 21 Churchills, 3 Panthers, and then them, which will probably end up winning the game. So yeah, that's that. Excellent. Best of luck, Shirley. Off we go. That is game done. 6-3 to me, because I lost. Well, if they hadn't gone, that was annoying. But I think we'd have played another turn. But yeah, I managed to hold my objectives. Lost a lot. Killed quite a bit. But yeah, 6-3. Lovely to play Shirley in their last ever tournament.
Game 2, after my 6-3 victory against Shirley, was against Quentin Taylor, who was an absolutely fantastic guy, and surprised me when he picked Defend with his list, because I also picked Defend, giving us Salient as one of the new night missions, of which I am fairly familiar with. Not so much Salient. I don't like practicing that one because it's really irritating the setup, which I should probably consider setting up a bit better. Quentin had not really seen the mission, so I gave him extra time just to read through it and talk to him as much as I could without giving away the game mission too much. But I didn't want it to be the case of him setting up incorrectly and basically being just a walk-in, because it's not going to be fun to do that, and it's not the kind of player I want to be. So yes, defend. Unfortunately, my Romanian infantry are okay, but they are not British infantry level okay. So it's going to be a steep upward hill for my infantry. Let's just hope Quentin loses sight of the ball and I can sneak it slightly.
Right, so we deployed against British. It is one of the night missions where it's defend. So I am defending this forward patrol zone, but I'm also after this objective. Every tank unit is Bales, like my one's over here. This is what Quentin is after, and that is his forward patrol area. We've already wished best of luck. Quentin is super happy for this mission. That's what your fault for defending. So we'll go. And that's game 8-1. Quentin knows how to play, apparently. Yeah, he's very good. So I tried to do my sneaky night attack into here, but Quentin just about got his MMGs in place and got him that 1 extra hit to force my assault back. 1 extra hit. So he got 5 hits. And I had smoke and everything, because he needed 6s and 7s, and he got 5. As I said, and then over here, he started here, and basically, very cleverly, pushed me back with the UCs to force me not have, basically, because I've moved, I couldn't shoot over my own guys, so basically at least my 3 front guys had defensive fire, and I didn't hit anything, and I just about stuck in the assault once with a lucky, and then a 1 game.
So unfortunately, 8-1 loss to me. I was hoping to stick around for another turn or two to maybe try and claw AVP by going after the artillery park, but that was clutching at straws. Yeah, very well played by Quentin on that game. So game 3 was against Matthew, and we are up against Bulge American. Now I thought, ooh, maybe defensive with this, and wouldn't mind because his infantry are reluctant, so I had a chance of maybe pushing him off an objective, but he picked attack instead. So I'm on the defensive again, but if you keep picking defense, this will happen. But I was hoping my infantry would stick around long enough for my Panzer force to come in, and it was going to be ropey because there's a lot of artillery there. So we will see how it goes.
Okay, we got no retreat. I'm defending as the Romanians again against the Americans. Objective here, objective back there with my anti-tank guns in ambush, and then the Americans about to swarm me. So, best of luck. Game done, 6-3. Unfortunately, I think them being pinned that turn earlier stopped it, and then basically managed to withstand a lot of fire, and staying in this nice big field helps. I'm being careful. But 6 points. I'm on double figures, which I'm happy with. But, okay, so on till day 2.
So that was day 1 done, and I was in I was in big need of some beer and rest and sleep. So I finished day 1 on 13 points, which isn't really enough to get into the upper sphere of the tournament. So it was Operation Salvage. Although 2 8-1 wins somehow would get me up there potentially, but it is kind of a bit of a long shot, especially when you go up against Fez. Now I saw Bulge America and I was like hoping for more reluctant infantry, but I was up against Bastogne Paras, so pretty much the best you've got really. Fez picked defend, I picked defend, and it was salient again. Now I thought I'd learned my lesson in deployment from the last game. I didn't really, and the problem is, again, my poor Romanian infantry, although they hit on 3s in assault, they're only confident, and when you've got the Screaming Eagles running down at you, who are fearless veteran, things go out of hand very quickly. But we will see how it goes.
Okay, so I'm against Fez. Again, salient. Hopefully I've learnt my lesson this time, but I feel I'm not. And the worst thing is I'm against Bastogne Paras, as you've seen from the list. So I've deployed, he's deployed. We haven't done our patrols yet, but the highlight for me is these 3, which are towed anti-tank destroyers, which is excellent. So, there you go. Okay, so it's a game. We actually got the 5 turns, which I was surprised. It really should have been done by turn 2. But for the want of these guys wanting the game, trying to keep me in the game as long as possible, it's 8-1 because I only killed 1 unit.
You decimated a lot of more points.
But yeah, it was like a comedy of errors. In the end, me actually moving these randomly was actually kept me in the game because I had a platoon here that just got battered. And all of a sudden, when I had less dice, I stopped your assaults.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's 5 hits. Was it 8 dice needing 5s? Oh, 5 hits.
Yeah, and then it was always like 18 needing 6s. Nah, we won't do that. But 8-1 to Fez. Well, so I will be lucky to hit 20 points.
Sorry, buddy.
That's okay. I can play some of my own level now.
So as I mentioned, the game went on a little longer than I thought it would be, because I was really clinging in there. It was a few very bad motivation rolls by Fez that kind of gave me a sneaky chance. Again, I was after VPs, although I did I actually kill a unit this time? Might have, I'm not sure. But I needed a few more to get a few points, but having only 1 point getting up to 14, my main objective for the rest of this tournament with game 5 was to break into 20 points. At this point, I felt it was a bit of a long shot, but finally, the Americans get a run out. So my opponent, David, has Berlin Germans, Clausewitz, but he has Panthers, he has Stugs, and he has Stummels. Stummel's not so much of a trouble, but the problem is my best armor is 4. Is it 4, 5 from the Chaffies? So not a lot. But I picked Maneuver, as this list is built for Maneuver, and I felt that he was going to go defend. So finally, we have a Maneuver defend list. So let's see how it goes.
Okay, so finally getting to use the Americans. I went maneuver, Ben went defend, and we got cornered. So Ben's stuff is all here. Stugs in ambush, Panthers, Vesps, and Scouts in reserve. For me, I've had to put a lot in reserve. A unit of Chaffies, a HQ Chaffies, M18s, and my Scout section. So everything's by there. So not a lot to start with. So best of luck, Ben, and we'll see how it goes. The game is done. 7-2 to me. I managed to secure the objective. In process, I lost my Chaffee HQ, which got pummeled by Stummels, and I lost my Crocodiles because there were Stugs there. That got rid of them. Panthers came in too late, but absolutely shredded a lot of stuff. As you can see, a lot of dead stuff over there, and there. A lot of poor saves from Ben, unfortunately, but it's a good little game, and I think that now puts me into 20 points. Hooray!
So game 5 done and dusted, 7-2, just about, victory to me. So yeah, I did finish on over 20 points, 21 to be exactly, and 21 points and 21st out of 46. So not the best, but it was a really good weekend. Seeing friends and playing new people was great. But best of all was seeing Jimmy place 14th, which was very good and his best performance to date. So hopefully you'll get better, but most importantly, hope I get better. Now I am looking to do a stat video for all my events over the year and basically give a breakdown on how they all went, because basically I played 21 tournament games this year with Romanians and Americans, the mixed, the mid-war, late war, new mission pack, and existing mission pack. So if anyone's interested in seeing that, just let me know and I'll put it together. So we're looking at the top 3 lists. Now, of course, Rex is up there in the top 3. So his secondary list being a Panzer battle group with Clausewitz Tigers, Panzer IVs, more Panzer IVs than Hetzers. And then he also has the Kittel group, but not with the Pack 40s again. So a good list for a good player. And when I say good, I mean great, because good doesn't quite really cover it for Rex. Rex's primary list was Americans. Now he had a Stuart Tank Company with plenty of Stuarts, but most importantly he has 2 templates in the form of the mortars and the assault guns, because they are from Fortress Europe, I believe. And then he also has a Sherman Light Tank Company, so all aggressive stuff, but he's also getting on board with the Sherman Crocodiles, downgrading plenty of his tanks to make room for hypervelocity and a lucky card. So all in all, he has 3 templates, so that's 3 smokes. So all in all, pretty good, and speed and maneuverability in this list as well. Second best player was Graham Knoll, I think it is. So another German list, a Panzer battle group with Panzer IVs. Oh, yeah, this is the stew list. So as you can see here, there are 3 stews, 3 stews, 3 stews, and then a second company of stews with 3 more, 3 more, and 3 more, giving them a total of 6 3+ templates. Nasty. He also has 4 8.8cm AA gun platoons and 2 Tiger 2s. But really what I should talk about is the points that all these players are on, because I completely forgot about that. So Rex finished on 32 points. Graham Clacker it is, finished on 32 points. But Graham killed more units, so therefore he placed higher. But a very nasty list if you've got infantry, and luckily enough, I didn't go against it. And on 37 points with 11 kills, we have Graham Wilmot, who is a very, very nice chap and former England ETC captain. Now, another Berlin German list, a Berlin battle group. So you've got the HQ, then we have 2 units of Volkssturm, 10 Berlin Fallschirmjäger, some mortars, 4 Pak 40s, 2 Tiger 2s, a scout troop, 4 Luftwaffe 88s, and a D-Day Fallschirmjäger platoon of 10. So heavy defend. I did see this giving Gareth a hell of a pasting in game 1, but well deserved from Graham. I did point out I actually beat pretty much this list last year, so I may be an okay player. But for all the talk of King Tigers running around this tournament, I managed to dodge every single player with King Tigers. But maybe that's because all the better players are running King Tigers and I wasn't amongst them. So there we go. So I'm looking forward to next year's UK Nationals. Definitely going to pencil that in after Welsh Nationals, and hopefully this time do better. But I will be running Americans as my primary, and if there is a secondary option, if it's mid-war, it'll be Japanese. But if it's late war, my default will be German Axis. But I don't think that will be the option because I think Mark might have a sneaky surprise for us. So we'll see. I hope you enjoyed. Well done to the top 3 and especially Jimmy. Hopefully I can only get better. Until then, everyone I met, nice to meet you, and hopefully I'll see you again next year. Most importantly, I hope we get tickets for Welsh Nationals, and I'll see you in Cardiff in June.